Real life street stars, man. We in here with Big Homie. What's the
Yes,
deal,
sir.
man? Man, you where you at? Where you at, bro?
Man, right now I am in Ukunda in Kenya. I'm on the coast right now. I'm in Ukunda.
Man. So you were in the war zone, bro. I looked at your gram and your gram was going crazy.
Yeah. So I was in a town called Ruiru in Kiambu County in Nairobi, and the locals were having a conference, a conflict with the actual military. So I'll send you the video. Most of them still on my Instagram. I'll send you the video. Yeah, man. They shot a guy, killed him. 100 more dudes popped out with machetes. Oh, bro, chasing the police. That shit was. I never seen nothing like that ever in my life. Like that was different.
They were
Grenades,
chasing the police?
chasing the police, bro. Seen it. Oh, but my bro, I seen the wildest shit I ever saw about 4 days ago. It's raining.
Right.
It's raining hard. Now over here they don't have as much traffic infrastructure. So and it really ain't no rules to the road because you can drive on either side of the street that you want at any given time. Shit, yesterday when a driver pulled on the sidewalk and dropped me off on the sidewalk in front of the store. So I'm looking like, damn. But out here they got something called Boda drivers. So most of all the deliveries on Uber Eats and apps like Glovo, they get made by the guys who ride on the motorcycles. They operate in different clans as well. You feel me? They be on some gangster shit with it.
Right.
Bro, a dude drove on the wrong side of the street because around 7 to 10 p.m. rush hour traffic is wicked, bro. Grave. Nigga, on the gas. The motorcycle dude get hit. He fly off the car, roll. He hurt. Some other guys seen it. They seen it while it happened. I saw why it's happening because we was in a little traffic jam. Bro, they called some other motorcycle riders. About 20 of them pull up. Dude try to run. He try to run. They block his car off, snatch him out the car. They put hands and feet all over the man, did him bogus. Then they set his car on fire.
What?
They set his car on fire on the gas and got up out of there. Shit, the police was like, it's too many of them. We can't stop them. The dude should have left. I said, damn. Instant. They call it mob justice, bro.
Hey, that's wild, bro. That's wild.
And they call it niggas stealing. My homegirl said because of this experience, she completely stopped eating meat. They call it niggas stealing. They put tires around this man, set the man on fire, burned him alive. Oh my granny. Oh my granny, burned him alive. They
Like
call it
cartel style.
cartel style, bro. So she say that because of that, like her and her sister, that smell, they say it smells just like Namachoma, which is like going to a bar and grill for us. They call it Naoma Choma. She said it smelled just like there was grilling goat and chicken. So she said that scarred her for life because of that.
Man, that's wild.
Wow,
Um,
it's so wild as hell.
what made you go to Africa in the first place?
See, what people didn't realize was I had always had a crib in Kenya, you feel me, ever since 2021. And I was trying to tell people that, look, once, I tell my story, my plan is to get back to the continent because Kenya is 47 different tribes, and most of them are warrior tribes. So we did our DNA test on my mom, and it came out saying it was like a large percentage of Maasai. So Maasai is a tribe here in Kenya. That's what my great grandmother was, a Maasai woman. Rest in peace to Mamie. And We tracked that down, and man, I just wanted to be home. It's an experience you gotta have. I feel like, especially as a black man, I feel like everybody should experience it because you can instantly feel like you realize, damn, this is where I'm from because the food they eat, like some of the customs, like the way our grandparents acted and our great grandparents acted. That's how these people act. So it's like it's a crazy, crazy. It's crazy. It's a it's a wonderful experience though, bro. Like, and then
Is
the
it
lake,
is it beautiful out there?
beautiful. Some of the most like you got the trenches. I just decided to show up to the trenches when I got out
Right.
there. I don't even suggest that. I don't suggest that shit at all. On the gas, free do I don't suggest that at all because you got to be on your P's and Q's, bro. Because it ain't no, it ain't no. I'm just gonna call the police or like it ain't no. It ain't no triple A. You feel me? You get a flat tire, you gotta be really. You gotta be ready to change that shit. Ain't nobody coming to change that shit for you. Um, it's a lot of different things, but it's definitely beautiful. It's definitely beautiful, and like you know, in America, like I love black women, but most of them are legendary box sellers right now. You feel me? So it's just the whole horror culture thing, because everybody approach you like they want to just sell box to you. So it's just like you get tired of that. You get tired of
Right.
that. We got some legendary box sellers going on right now. You feel me? Salute to them. You feel me? Free enterprise. But I'm tired of that shit, bro. But they not playing no Sexxy Red out here. It ain't no. You may hear a few Glorilla songs, but they playing our music from the 2010s.
When
And everything else are Afro beats. But they got Rick Ross and T Pain and Fabulous painted on all of the city buses. They call them matatus.
right.
So like they own our music from 2010, the 2010s era for sure. That's what they not
You,
playing real music.
people always paint like Africa women have AIDS and stuff like that. What do you say to that?
Man, they got AIDS and shit everywhere. You feel me? Like this is the most like advertisements for HIV tests and testing I've ever seen. You feel me? I will say that. But like, well, it's the same shit. It's the same thing, really. Because how do I put this? I just feel like it's a lot of misconceptions about being on the continent, bro. Because I feel safer here, which is crazy. I feel way safer here. Like it's way more freedoms too for us. I would say. You gotta be careful how I say that shit. Be
Right.
careful how I say that one right there. The ladies is amazing. I ain't gonna lie. Like you will see a lady who in America will have 30,000 followers on the Instagram. She doing push-ups and sit-ups. You feel me? Over here, she's standing barefoot. You feel me? With some goats in a field. Like it's crazy as hell. It's crazy. It's the wildest shit I ever seen. It'll
Oh,
it'll
okay, I see
really
something.
it'll have you seeing the world totally different, bro. I swear to God.
Right.
On my mom.
You said Dugar is locked up, man. Free Dugar.
Free the biggest shark for sure. Free Dugar, man.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right.
My
Well,
brother booked right now, man. Oftentimes Dugar would sometimes he like to work alone, and oftentimes he'll go do things on his own and won't even tell nobody. Me and him had a clash about that. It's kind of like, man, bro, we don't know you're accounted for. We can't help you, etc., etc. He got a retrieval call, something that he had been working on. It started with a domestic dispute with another person, uh, and the person who called him. So it's an open case. He don't have no bond right now. He in Combs County in Kankakee. I don't even know what he was doing in Kankakee. You feel me? That's like, but somebody paid their money. Dude, I came outside, bro, and it went sideways. It went bad. Um, hoping to get a bond soon, and we hoping that somebody don't show up to court. So we gonna, not that we have anything to do with that. That's crazy.
Right.
Gotta be careful with that shit. Yeah, man. Lawyer said that law enforcement got like several hundred calls about us over the last few months. They kind of compared it to how when Tupac got killed, FBI said 12,000 people called in and said they did it.
Right.
So they say it's a lot of people calling in. They try to put niggas' names in a lot of shit right now. Free Turn Up God.
And
Free
Turn
Turn
Up
Up
God locked up too, huh?
Turn Up God. He also booked Free to Turn Up. Uh, allegedly they was together, or allegedly one of them arrived later. I don't know, man. I don't want to say too much on here because you know how this internet shit goes.
Yeah. Flip your words and all, I understand. So are you done with the retrievals? Or how's that working out?
I don't think I could ever truly be done. I don't think I could ever truly be done, but we have been coming under certain scrutiny. So I've been structuring my business with a lot more layers of protections. I didn't have to increase insurance by a lot. I had to increase insurance by a lot. Uh, there is no governing body for what we do. So you have to figure out all of the legal parameters that you got to maneuver within city and state. So we got that going on. You feel me? Uh, I'm definitely working out here for sure. Shout out to the Kenyan Army
Okay.
Rangers. So I'm definitely working out here because, bro, I could do a lot more. I got a lot more freedom. Man, bro, I gave these police $200. They took the money. They immediately went to the house that I said what was going on. They kicked in the door on the gas, kicked in the door. They beating these boys. They put hands and feet all over fools. You put maxing them out. And come to find out what they find in there. They find bones, they find children's clothing. So, as long as I can get my wins, I'm good. But it's evil shit going on out here, Rook. I tell you that much. Like this whole this whole child trafficking shit is crazy. It's crazy. Like they I'm not gonna say everybody is slower, but people are more easily manipulated out here for the smallest amount of things. They got these people called madams. They females, though. It's a group of chicks, older ladies, bro. Like they like the masterminds of this whole child trafficking that they got going on out here, and like they'll be paying the little girls with candy. You see what I'm saying? And selling them to other like little sex tourists, all little creepy white dudes, and sometimes Asian guys I've been seeing. I'm trying to figure out how I can put something together to combat that without having an international incident. Cause man, that embassy, I already got the little warnings from the embassies and shit like that.
Wow.
Because having like this, like having like internet fame at any level these days, or just I take so many pictures every day. It's like, all right, this is something I got to really adjust to now. So like, everybody don't be happy to know that I'm operating in and around certain areas because in these areas I could be a lot more hands on without the necessary risks because everything for sale over here, bro. Like if you if you pay certain people, you can get passed with a lot. Facts, for
Right.
sure. But I'm not
Oh,
saying I'm out here, you feel me, just trying to be a vigilante or nothing. But I'm working with certain organizations, but it's actual terrorist groups out here that's operating. You feel me? You got to be aware of them as well. So it's going down right now for sure. I'm trying to be as safe as possible. We got some shit coming up tomorrow. We just went to the orphanage. You feel
right.
me?
I saw that.
You feel me? And all of them kids in there, parents are dead by being murdered by Boko Haram and Al Shabaab. These are two terrorist organizations that's operating here. So how we got mass shooters from time to time take place, they have terrorist attacks here. So got to keep that in mind as well for sure because it's going down. Like I got some crazy footage. You feel me? I'm gonna drop some. I'm gonna send you some. You feel me? And you
Right.
can see who some of the people are that I'm out here working with. It'll add some more insight for the viewers for sure.
Right. Right. Whatever happened to the guy that you came with? And you set him on the couch, and you were about to do a retrieval that day. Was he able to get his loved one back?
So my boy Dustin. So Dusty Rhodes. All right. His situation ended up going a lot farther, a lot deeper, pause, than that I expected. His case ended up actually getting picked up by some higher authorities because we had got boots on the ground. Yumbo, Columbia, traced the location. Well, them boys had a 50 cal on top of a truck outside that hotel.
Oh
So
wow.
once we got that intel back, he said he was just gonna go down there himself. We was able to get the embassy involved, and then one of the people that we identified as a potential trafficker. Once we brought that to some certain people's attention, his name seemed to carry a lot of weight. So that's got some wheels moving on that. That's some whole other criminal mastermind, like organized crime shit that they working on. But this all got to do with Trump designating cartels as terrorist groups. Like that have changed a lot of stuff. That changed a lot of things. Like certain people we would contact that work in law enforcement can't even talk about that no more because it violates Homeland Security. So
Mm.
it's like, damn. Like they used to give us like solid info. Look, beware of these guys. When you're on the Nuevo Laredo border area, be careful of these groups. They don't tell you nothing now. So that let me know like the uptick that's going to take place because, like I was saying in previous interviews, when the female sex worker they determine has lost value or has been burnt out, they usually murder and harvest their organs. Now, when I said this, people were outraged, but it is the truth. And we also just seen those same details get brought up in this whole P4K indictment, right? They say the same shit in there. They call old girls, her name Lady Duck, say, look, we're gonna sell old girl organs at the border. But they call that detoxing. Bro, you know the calls and emails that we have got. Oh my God, they're detoxing me. I don't know what's going on. I haven't had a drink in a couple of days. Oh, they won't let me smoke. So like the girls are starting to panic. And we didn't get calls about that. And shit, you try to call them back, that phone just don't ring no more. And it's starting to take a toll on you after a while. You feel me? So that's the level of evil that's operating for sure, for sure. So when I see an uptick in organ harvesting, that lets me know that certain powerful groups are gearing up for an actual battle for a war. So we may see some mass shootings in that border area. You know, they just locked up a cartel chief in Texas. So we may I know for a fact that they got surface to air missiles from Iran trafficked through Mexico into Texas. I know for sure that that exists.
Man.
That is a fact. Them boys got RPGs down there. You gotta look up. You gotta look into how much at the armories, how much weapons go missing from the United States armor divisions. How much of that shit go missing? How many soldiers they arrest for actually trafficking people across the border to actually smuggling weapons from U.S. Army to Mexican cartels. All of the 50 cal guns that they have is from America. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Another reason why I decided I was going to leave America for a little while is, I don't really feel like it's safe for me to be trying to raise children out there. You feel me? Because if something happens, I got to be able to move lightly. And it's a lot of things that got me concerned about my home, about my country, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. A lot of things got me concerned about it. Because if China invades Taiwan, we will see destruction on American mainland. There's no way around it. There's no way to sugarcoat that. The situation can be austere. Circumstances can indeed be exigent. So I feel like more awareness needs to be spread to these topics because if something happens and our power infrastructure goes out, that's like being set back to the Stone Age. Bro, people cannot survive there in America like that. Nobody has those skills. And if you can't go to YouTube to figure out how to do it, most people not going to be able to figure it out. Here, everybody already lives off the land. You feel me? Everybody got some type of business or hustle that they have. You know, you ain't getting no government benefits or things like that. So just try to stay ahead of the curve. You feel me? Because there's a lot going on. We got this 3-eye atlas. You feel me? Nobody's talking about this, but we have an interstellar object that is
Mm.
traveling up to our solar system. It is not behaving like a comet, and it's making its own light. If it's making its own light, that could be nuclear powered, solar. Somebody, it could be technological, and if it's technological, how are you going to explain this to people, bro? Ontological shock is a real thing. When when they bombed Hiroshima and Nagasaki, a lot of people thought that the leadership was dead. Thousands of people committed suicide. You feel me? They believe 8% of white American males would commit suicide if we have some type of landing event. But that's what it's looking like.
Right.
It's looking like that. You feel me? Because it's all set up to have a direction change right around the sun using that gravitational pull. If that takes place, that's why I told everybody to get Luis Elizondo's book Imminent. He named the book Imminent for this very reason, I believe. So, you know, very powerful people that I know said they're not making plans past next year because the world's going to be a mess. I'm not saying it's true, but it's looking like it. You feel me? And you heard it right here first. It's looking like it. You feel me? So I got my colony project. We done grabbed up some land out here. I got my colony project. The website will be up in a couple days, and we're gonna be taking in some families that can live self-sustained because there's truth is stranger than fiction, man. You feel me? Something is going on, and I almost believe I just figured it out.
Wow. I'm gonna have to go look into that, Big Homie, because that sounds wild.
That's what's
Right.
going on, bro. You gotta look into
Right.
this. You feel
Yeah,
me?
gotta look into that.
This shit is now look, this shit all started when the Harvard professor Avi Loeb took that money from private investors to go scrub the ocean floor in areas where they seen comets hit the ground, hit the surface, and go to the bottom of the ocean. They scrubbed these areas and they found spherules and technological devices and wires that was not made by human beings. They went and found this shit. This is made public record. Ever since then, it's been a lot of concerns about Oumuamua. Oumuamua is an interstellar object that came into our solar system and went back out the other direction. That is impossible to do if it's a comet. So, just want to put this information out there. I'm not trying to have people in a panic, but
Right.
people need to pay attention to what's going on. The way it's looking, we may be visited by something or a group of people or something along those lines. So I'm just gonna put that out there.
That's well. Um. Damn. That got me thinking. I seen something about it, but I didn't really like dive into it. I'm about to do my research now.
For sure, bro.
Facts.
Look into that. Look into that, bro. That's the real thing. Shit like that keeps me up at night because think about it, bro. If a group of people, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it like this. About 7,000 years ago, around that Scandinavian area, the white human showed up. Okay. Even Farrakhan spoke about a time when they didn't exist here on this planet. Their DNA only goes back 7,000 years. Then we also seen this group ban abortions because their birth rate has been in decline. Now, the alleles in their skin, where did that come from? You see what I'm saying? This is the only group of people on the planet who have tried to colonize everybody. If you was originally from this place, why would the sunlight burn your skin? Every other indigenous population on the planet is black, brown skinned people. So if they could show up here, somebody else could show up here. It's only mathematics. Mathematically, it'll be impossible for us to be the only species. Impossible. And it's like our government is drip feeding, drip feeding, drip feeding to lead us up into something. Since when have we ever seen congressional hearings being made public where you got a guy named David Grush who confronted the inspector general about interdimensional beings?
Yeah, that's never happened.
That's never happened before. And people got bills, people got relationships, people have children, people have jobs. It's hard to think about and work and keep this on the front of your mind when they got you trapped in this matrix. And that was my whole thing. Like, man, eventually I got to escape the matrix because they're keeping us stuck with one set of science, man. You feel me? Everything boils down to these secret organizations because, bro, the post office is a secret organization. And people don't understand that everything that is created and controlled everywhere goes back to some company. And I feel like somebody that sold us out. They asked at this congressional hearing, did they know about any agreements made between U.S. politicians and non-human intelligences? You know what the answer was?
What's that?
He said, "I could talk to you about this in a private setting." What the fuck? Like who is choosing for us? I know who it is. I feel like I didn't track it down, and it's almost like movie stuff. But that's why they put so much in the movies because they don't want us to believe that the super normal exists because they working for it. That's a fact. Because bro, a Ouija board It's an actual portal. They used to sell Ouija boards at the Walmart as a toy for children.
Oh yeah. Do they still sell them?
You can still buy a Ouija board.
Yeah, you still can buy it, right?
So it's like, okay, that is blatantly targeting children for supernatural forces. And then when I study through history, if the ancient ancestors indeed were aliens, whatever, they would demand child sacrifice. What is up with that? You feel me? It's the same thing. It's the same bilateral condition because it outrages me that I done made this into a business, but it's a passion of mine. You feel me? Bro, I never bought this many tampons in my life. I got a little sister, but you got 100 little girls, you feel me, with no tampons. Like that's wild. Why? Because if some of their sisters got kidnapped and murdered and raped and tortured, all because of these fucking deities and demons that these people then channeled and made contact with. And that's just the bottom line right there. I know it's gonna be controversial, but it's the truth, man. Because it all boiled down to the same purpose why King James in 1647 and 47 clergymen, might have been 1603, and 47 other clergymen edited the Bible. When they removed the book of Enoch out the Bible and they kept it for themselves. That's what all of this bullshit is about, man. But if you're not afraid, you stand a better chance because these people play crazy and they use dark forces to get their way on people. You see what I'm saying? So when Gene Deal said he seen Diddy praying with the dove and they killed the dove, it's the same black magic. This shit comes up everywhere all the time, straight up.
Right. Have you ever met any of these like leaders of this black magic stuff like in like in this Hollywood game or what I'm saying? Have you ever known anybody that you like, oh man, he's like a witch, warlock or whatever of it, you know what I'm saying?
Man, everybody is talking about this ball person, Baal. I was the first person to explain about this person. I was on Sean Atwood's channel last year. I did an interview and they asked me. I didn't really want to talk about it, but I put a little bit out there. You know, I have met several different people who practice what they practice. You got people who do Santeria. You got people who do Harry Potter. You feel me? You got people who do voodoo. You got people who practice Catholicism. You feel me? So everybody has their own voodoo, I would say. But I done met some shamans. You feel me? But I don't get involved with all of that. I don't get involved with all of that because you have to give up something to gain something from that. And that's why I never play or dabble with black magic, bro, because you will see somebody and somebody close to them that you never thought would die, they'll die a violent death.
Mm.
And then all of a sudden, that other person is rich now. How many times have we seen that?
Several, especially in Hollywood. Mm.
Man, the man ASAP Rocky stopped dropping albums because of this. Every time he had dropped an album, he lost somebody in his family. When his sister died, he said he ain't doing it no more. So you got to keep these type of things in mind. And it seems like bullshit. It seems like all mumbo jumbo until it's not. Until it's not, bro. Like, man, I just seen people show up with things that I couldn't explain. I mean, I hit the lottery. I'm like, the lottery? Since when do you play the lottery? Like, you like, okay. Oh shit, what's that nigga name? It's a dude. All right. It's a dude who played for Louisville basketball.
Okay.
Okay. All right. He played for Louisville. The man got a Baphomet tattoo on his back. The man do some type of satanic worship. The day before a ceremony, this man had the highest points, the highest most points score in Louisville basketball history.
Mm.
His roommate spazzed out because he said the nigga turned into the devil the day before the game. This right here is exclusive. Now, I ain't never said this publicly, but if you look this up, if you look up this person, he got that tattoo. His roommate is a person who just smoke his little weed. He go to school, real down to earth. He called spazzing out in tears. He said the man turned into the devil. He seen it. I said, bro, did he dress up like a goat? He said, no, 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 no. He said he transformed. And when he seen it, he slammed the door on him. When he seen that his roommate had seen him transform, he slammed the door. This is his testimony. I'm not saying I was there, but I do know he got that tattoo on his back.
Mm.
That man, he played around with something. And it was several other witnesses who reached out to confirm this. And this was years back. This was years back, bro. No bullshit. This was years back. Because whatever people called me for, bro, I come outside and investigate. You feel me? So that's real. So that right there, that's gonna be controversial too, but it happened.
Right. I do believe in those demonic forces. They are around. Like I've seen them myself, so
What
I
you
know it's
see?
real.
What you
I just
see?
seen I just seen some things, man. Like we'd have to we that's another
No,
note.
no, hold on. Damn, Rook saw something?
I done seen things, bro. I done seen some shit. I done
Have
seen
you
some
ever
shit.
have you ever seen anything that gave you the chills or make the hair stand up on your neck?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Really?
Things that I can't explain, you know?
Have you seen Prodigy's interview he had with the therapist?
Say it again. No, I haven't seen that.
You should check that out because he said what you just said, things that he couldn't even explain.
Right.
You check that out. The truth is stranger than fiction, Rook. You know, it ain't no secret that the Israeli space chief is coming out saying that consciousness itself may be rising and the veil can be thinning. Because, bro, I was in Dubai before I got to Kenya. I'm in Dubai. They got a big sign that says use of jinn, DJINN, or black magic for gain is strictly forbidden. And it's a you can get 100 lashings, 50,000 Emirati fine, or sent to prison. Why would they have that in the airport?
Yeah, why would they have that in the airport? It's wild here.
Why would they if it's not going down, why they got that in there on the gas? Like what's that about?
Yeah, I heard some crazy stories about Dubai.
Like what? What you heard?
Not just like
Hey,
the women
fellas,
going over there making that money.
fellas, Rook is right, and I am a witness. If your significant other or lady you are interested in is traveling to Dubai, she may actually be eating actual human feces out of a bowl and coming home to kiss you in the mouth. So many diseases can get transported by that. That is a real thing. You feel me? Like they fetishize melanated ladies over there for sure. Like they get obsessed with them by seeing them on the Instagram, and you know like I've said in previous interviews, if a guy has too much of something, he may try other things. You see what I'm saying? So like people get creative. People get creative because if you eating a cup of shit, like you might as well just charge yourself to the game because I can't even really respect a person that's eating a cup of shit. Like I'm like nothing you finna say to me. Like I don't even want to hear it. You're not even a human being no more now. Like you
Something
just
else.
you something else. But that's going on. Man, hold on, bro. Okay, this was the crazy part. So somebody that I knew, he was like, "Man, will you smoke?" I said, "Man, I might smoke a cigar or something like that." He was like, "Man, I want to get some weed." Now I'm looking like, bro, I am not trying to get caught up over here with you. Because, you know, over there, bro, you can't even, like, hold hands or kiss your girl in
Yeah, you
public.
can't do nothing, none of that. We ain't doing none of that over there.
Well, you can't do none of that over there. So, man, they had a crazy way about getting their hands on their drugs over there. I thought that was crazy. So, like, you got to have a certain app or you got to download the certain map on Google Maps. So you got to go on there and download the app. Because if you travel around on an iPhone, certain areas you might be able to see it on the screen, but you can't zoom in and explore. So they send you a longitude and latitude and the actual coordinates to a location. You got to pull up to this location, but in the desert, bro, it's like 110 degrees in the desert. Bro, they hop out the little dome buggies with their little shovel and they dig up. They dug they weed up out the sand. I say, damn, niggas not taking no chances.
Right.
Cause you get caught with a gram, you can do 10 years.
Oh no.
You get caught with a
Yeah,
gram, you do like 10 years. So they gotta send you coordinates. You gotta go dig your shit up out the sand or the dirt to get your drugs out there. I thought that was crazy. Or they'll send it by a drone.
hey, whoever the hustler, he's playing the dangerous game. Like
Bro,
nigga, if he got money, he'll get a nigga life. He get caught.
he'll really get light.
Wow,
And then,
like nigga.
but you would get 1,000. You would have to get 1,000 lashes first. You know what that is?
Yeah, no, I ain't getting no lashes, bro.
They popping out with a whip, oh, bro.
Hey, they doing it in front of people, or is it just?
Oh no, it's public.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They gonna publicly lash you, a public
A
lashing.
public. But see, one of my young homies said this. He said, I asked him, I say, bro, what's the purpose of y'all sliding and getting caught like this? He said, man, if it's public embarrassment, it's public consequences. And I said, damn, okay, you feel me? I can feel that. I can feel that. So they pride is more important than, getting a man and getting away. You feel me? So you got a guy over there in Dubai. He operate off a Telegram group. You ain't never even seen his face. You feel me? You ain't never even seen his face. So, because if he get caught with anything, he not getting no bond. He not getting out for years at a time. This shit all about perspective now, bro. Like, I really believe that we in some sort of simulation or something. We definitely are in some sort of simulation because how is it with all of these brilliant people on the earth we can't solve simple things as human beings? And as I traveled 14,000 miles to where I am here, people are trying to all do the same thing. Everybody is basically just trying to survive. Everybody is living their own little simulation. Like I seen a nigga balancing himself on a wheel, holding out a tip jar. And I'm like, damn. I said, how long you been doing this? He says since 2017. And I was like, wait, what? I say like every day. He said he been doing this every day since 2017. And I said, go to your Instagram memories. He said he didn't have Instagram memories, but he had his Snapchat memories. He go to his Snapchat memories, and sure enough, he was out there on that same day. I go look at my Snapchat memories from the same day, and my face all bandaged up, and I'm just thinking to myself like, damn, I'm over here having shootouts with people, and this man bouncing on a wheel for money, and it was just like it's almost like somebody designed it that way. Like
Yeah, like so you kind of believe what 607 Unc be saying, huh?
607 Unc. See, people don't do enough. People don't do enough research, and people don't do their due diligence a lot. 607 Unc practices Gnosticism. Like he has Gnostic views, Gnostic. He has Gnostic views, and if you truly study the literature and you study religion, theology, you know that Jesus traveled around the world seeking knowledge. I personally believe he showed up in the Himalayas with the Buddhist monks, learning how to meditate and interacting and gaining wisdom from those guys as well. I believe Jesus on his path to seeking information because he disappeared for about 12 years out of the Bible. So he was out doing his own thing. You feel me? So in his research, he mentioned Sophia. And when he mentioned Sophia, it's like he had a divine, he met with a divine apparition of some sort that gave him some information, gave him some knowledge. And this is why I believe they removed the book of Enoch out of the Bible because when you use the Enochian languages, you are able to channel beings from different realms. I believe that this is what happened with Jesus. 607 Unc has mixed up certain rhetorics, mixed up with his own rhetoric, and he then put together his presentation. Uh, he's interpreted Sophia for being the actual God. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
And he's so he feels like the black woman is God, seeming as that they're the only ones who can give life. And then the Hebrew Israelites say, well, the man carries the seed, etc., etc. All of this was created, I personally feel like, to keep us literally from destroying ourselves. Because Bob Lazar, he came with this information from classified documents he got working at Area 51, which is called S4. He said that religions was given to us by these more higher level beings so we don't destroy the containers. They refer to us human beings as containers.
Mm.
So keep that in mind. You feel me? Like I like what Ugg is doing for sure. I definitely will sit. I plan to sit with him and have a little banter about his beliefs and my beliefs. You feel me? But nobody has been able to decipher what 607 Ugg believes. You feel me? And I don't even think he knows that he practices. I don't
Yeah,
think he knows that he practices Gnosticism, but he indeed does.
right. It's like when you talk to him, he does open your mind, but then it's
For
like it's
sure.
it's, it's a little bit all over the place. But then I don't think he ever lands. It's like it just
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
You
But
take
I would love
off.
to see y'all
Take
both
off.
go at it on some religion. Like we need to do that. Real life and 607. I mean, you and 607 need to talk about um religion. That would be
That's
crazy.
gonna be
That's
that's gonna
crazy.
go up. That's gonna go up right there.
Yeah. Now we need to do that definitely.
All right, man.
Um, Speaking of 607 Unc, how do you feel about him? I mean, Whack 100 pulling up on him, to his location.
This is what I think about it, man. I feel like this. In the name of content, people are being more creative. And I definitely feel like certain people like myself, certain people like Unc have helped to like raise the vibration in our communities so that people just aren't solely stuck on the nonsense. You feel me? Like everybody like to see their little bullshit, but when people sprinkling a little bit of more, they throwing some of this information in there with it now. You feel me? And that's good. I feel like you can tell that they coordinated it. You feel me? Which is good because should nobody be pulling up on anybody. The St. Louis guys is very serious. You feel me? I'm sure some of the guys Wack be with would be serious. You feel me?
Right,
I did like Wack's his speech he gave. You saw his speech he gave about how basically it's got to be a change in this whole game banging narrative, right?
right.
I feel like that was good. I feel like that was cool. I think I'll just always have certain disdains for people, but oh no, bro. I feel like niggas shouldn't be pulling up to nobody's crib. Like I don't think it should be set up like that, bro. Because I
It
feel like,
probably make someone think that they can pull up to somebody else's crib, and that's just not how life works. You
bro,
think
we
somebody,
just facts, bro. I couldn't have said it better.
right?
Life don't work like that, man. You show up to
Yeah,
the wrong crib.
don't. Nobody better pull up to my crib. I will kill you. I'm not. I mean, I'm just keeping it 100. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's like the last straw. Like my crib,
yeah,
I damn near gotta kill you. Like,
right,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, oh, that type of shit. I would never play like that, bro.
right,
I would never play like that. You feel me? And then like niggas got to say my name in an interview. You feel me? So like,
right.
he said some truth. You feel me? Like, cause Loose Cannon was froze. Like, Wack looked at Loose Cannon. It was like, damn, Wack is. He said Loose was froze. He didn't know what to do when he saw me. He froze. Wack stood in front of Loose and calmed the situation down. You feel me? So I do got, what I'm saying, a bit of respect for him for that. And we've been talking on back channels and shit like that. It's just that once somebody play with me, it's just hard for me to like be smooth because I guess it's a Chicago shit. I believe in. I always live like this, bro. God forgives, I don't, bro. Grave on the guys. I just ain't never. I just never been a fan of moron moves. You feel me? So it's like he be making some moron moves. So it's just like, man. And then certain people kept calling me saying certain guys is actual law enforcement. And a lot of weird things happen when you start dealing with dudes. So I'm trying to be peaceful, but I feel like you know how I feel about niggas, man.
Right, right, right.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Stars, nigga. Move. Hey.